Hello, it's Carmen, your divine synergist of heart's joy. Let's turn the volume up here. Let me know where you're from, how you're feeling, what you're up to today. Happy new day, happy present day, happy new month. Hello, June. So, I had some people who saw my post yesterday and had checked in on me, so thank you. I am doing much better. A lot of emotion, raw emotion this weekend. I'm sure I'm not the only one included in that. And I found myself asking the same question to the same person yesterday that I asked a few weeks ago. Of which is, what can I do? And what can I do to make a difference, to change this? I was taught that if you're going to take away a system, create something first to put in place of it. I was taught to be in action. I was taught to do my homework. And I felt like I haven't done enough yet. And the conversation basically was, what can I do to help? Because I feel like this system was created not for everyone. The political system, the governments, the police system was not created for every being in mind. It was created on a bias. And so that's where I'm like, what can I do to change this? What can I do to support the Black community? What can I do to support my Black friends? Because I feel like I haven't done enough. And this person, a friend of mine, basically said, you have done it. You are doing it by asking these questions. And to me, that's just not an answer, because there's no action behind that. And I'm about, let's take action, because that's how we get change. And I understand too that there's a way of being, and the two go hand in hand, and it's finding that harmony between the two. And what I came to realize, this is my cat, hi sweet girl. What I came to realize is that for me personally, I have allowed myself to be silent for so long. And I don't mean just on this topic, I mean in general. Growing up, because of who my family was, there was, hey, you can't say this, you can't do this. And in my last place of employment in corporate land, I allowed myself to be silent, to not speak my truth, to not authentically speak my truth, to not be myself, to not stand up for what I believed in. And I'm speaking in very generic terms because it's the theme that I found myself in, of I've allowed myself to be silent. And I'm done being silent. I have learned how to speak my truth with grace and dignity. I don't sugarcoat things. When I do, that causes confusion. I don't want confusion, because I have been sugarcoating things, especially with my company, and I'm done sugarcoating things with my company. I'm sick of having people tell me, use this word, use that word. I'm going to use what word resonates with me. I invite you for you to use whatever word resonates with you. I realized that me not standing in my truth has fueled flame to this current fire that we're experiencing today. And here's why. The work that I do, that God created me to do, I was given these gifts for a reason, was to help people, give people an opportunity to have an experience with God. Use whatever word you want in there if God doesn't resonate with you. And to have an experience with themselves, what I call your inner divine self. So that they can understand truly who they are and why you are here. And to share your gifts and passions with others. God gave you gifts for a reason. The reason is the why. That is your purpose. And the reason why this is so important is because when we are connected in the present moment, when we are connected with ourselves, what I call our inner divine self, whatever you want to call that, when we are connected with that God energy within us, when we have a relationship with God, because that's what it's ultimately about, fear and ego and hate cannot exist. They cannot. By the way, ego is not bad. It's just, that's going to be another video, another conversation. So I was disconnected for so many years. I thought that I was being, I thought that I was being punished by God. I wasn't. It's because of the mindset that I had. It's because I wasn't connected with me, with Carmen. You guys, I used to not like my name growing up because of the encounters that I had growing up. It was not until my early 20s that I accepted my name, my full name. That is like your identity. How I see what's happening today, and I'm going to take the astrological alignments out of it. I'm doing a video about that this week. It'll go up this week so you can understand how that is playing into all of this. The bottom line is, and this is my experience, that we allowed God, whatever word you want to use, to be taken out of society. We became so egocentric, so all about us, that we disconnected ourselves from ourselves, and we disconnected ourselves from God, from the universe, from divine source who freaking created us. And that didn't help anything. So now not only do we have a system that wasn't great to begin with, and hello, the veil is being lifted, so you might as well, hang on here. I love you, girl. You might as well just say, look, we know that gets to change. I'm still trying to figure out how I can be a part of that change. What I know I can be a part of right now is to use the gifts I've been given to help people get reconnected with themselves and with God. Universe, source energy, divine, higher power, pick a word. I feel like everything's gone to shit because of this. I do. I've felt this way for years, and I've just never spoken up about it. This illusion that separating church from state will make things better. It did not make anything better. It did not. When we are so egocentric, that's the third dimension reality. That's a video I'm going to do later this week of right versus wrong. I'm right, you're wrong. And we are being called upon God by the universe. They're giving us the opportunity to change all of this. And no, it's not a change overnight. We're looking at probably a 10-year change. Change takes time. I apologize. My cat is just all over the place. And it must be because of my energy is just, this is what I do. This is This is why I am here. This is why this work, our personal work, is so important to do right now at this given time. The egocentric of my God's better than your God. And well, I don't believe that way. So we're going to just throw the baby out with the bathwater. What? When did we lose the empathy, the ability to hold space for each other, the love, the compassion? I actually, you know what? My dad taught me to do my research, and this was before Google, kids. This was before internet. I still did my research. Dewey Decimal System. And that research I still do to this day. I see what's going on. I hear it. I understand that some people will tell me that what I'm saying is heresy. Frankly, I don't care. This is based on my experiences in my life and what I know to be true. And I honor whatever you believe to be true. I grew up in the church, Disciples of Christ. I transitioned into this spiritual energy realm, and I never left that behind because I see how the two go together. I see that God created it that way on purpose. God created it that way in order to reach more people. There's a whole thing to numerology. There's a reason why I'm learning numerology right now. We are doing what we know based out of fear and the unknown. And the bottom line is it boils down to fear. We are doing what we know because somebody told us that that's what they believe, because that's what the Bible said, or that's what this said, or that's what that said. And I encourage you to have your own experience. Not based on what someone else says. Have your own experience. Do your homework. I do not fit the mold of a church. I don't. I am actually here to redefine that mold and break that freaking mold. That is what spiritual synergy sessions are. That gives people a safe place to have these types of conversations, to have that community. And at some point, we will be in a physical location with a band, teaching meditation and chanting if you so choose to learn what it is. We're always at choice. I'm just here to simply facilitate it and give you the tools, and you get to do whatever resonates with you along your journey, because it's your journey, not mine. For curiosity and for lack of a better term, my homework, will go to churches from time to time. The last church I went to, I left because I was called into their office, because I have conversations with my angels, and I pray every day, and I listen to God, my spirit guides, angels, whatever you want to call them. And how is that any different than the man who runs the church speaks in tongues? No different. They came to me out of fear of the unknown. And I'm done being silent about all this stuff, you guys. I'm done. I'm here to give you guys the opportunity to have an experience with God and ultimately with yourself. To gain this awareness, to understand who you are and why. To give you the tools to share your gifts and passions with other people, because that's what it's all about. This life is not about us. We're working through our own shit in order to help other people. Your purpose is, yes, to help other people. And if you know me, I call that a bullshit purpose. There's a deeper purpose to it. And that is what you learn. And it gets louder and louder and bigger over time. Your why typically doesn't shift. You just get clearer about your why. So that's what came up for me this weekend, on my heart and mind to share it with each of you. A lot of people have been asking me what I do. They don't understand. I hope this helps you understand. I hope this helps you understand why it's so important to do your personal work, to show up for yourselves, and to get connected. And I am always open for conversation that is open-minded and respectful conversation, always. Always. And I'm here for you guys. If you have found any of this relatable, resonates with you, I invite you to hop in the Magical Musings Facebook group. And we have conversations in there every week. I invite you to be sure to follow Heart's Joy and get more information. Contact me directly and get more information. I look forward to experiencing your gifts, your passions, and how you're changing the world, because we each have the power to change the world. We do. It's a matter of stepping into that power and using it for the highest good of everyone. Of everyone. Sending you so much love this week. Take care.